Good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Friday. I'm your meteorologist, Jets Peterson, and we are back. It is, yes, like you heard, it is Friday evening, meaning that we have made it all the way to the end of the week. So let's go on real quick, get a little bit of a round of applause. Made it all the way to Friday evening. Now the weekend is finally here. But let's go on and talk about the weather for the weekend. Is the weather looking as nice as it is, making it to a weekend? We're going to go on and talk about that right now. So let's go on. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. We're at 445 subscribers, trying to get to at least 450. Hopefully very soon. But 500 is the main goal. 500 is the main goal. So now let's go on and talk about that. The weather for tonight going to the future with the recorder on for the people who can unfortunately not be here tonight. Good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, one has had a fantastic Friday. I'm your meteorologist, Peterson. Let's go on and talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your future. Going into your radar, nothing really going on for the entire state. I mean, you may have like a little shower up here near Walhalla, but a thunderstorm is on the way from Georgia. It is moving all the way up here into Mountain Rest as well as Long Creek, South Carolina, and the Sumter National Forest at 50-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail is on the way. That will be refined, but overall, that's what it's looking like. As you go into your precipitation for the entire United States, we do have some rain going on in New York as well as Massachusetts, Connecticut, and even Ohio, Pennsylvania, all the way into Alabama and Georgia, where Georgia has some severe thunderstorm over here. A very sneaky tornado warning inside of, I believe this is Ohio, and then some more severe weather over here inside of Texas as well. Some rain also going on over here in the west in Oregon and Idaho as well. Going into our cloud cover right now is showing some pretty heavy cloud cover. And right now, there are a couple of clear spots near the coastal regions, near the low country, and the PD region as well. But it's not really much else. Going into your cloud cover for the future, looking at tonight. Not really much here except for just cloud cover. Just what we've been experiencing as we go through the next around from tonight all the way into tomorrow morning, going into tomorrow afternoon for the next 18 hours or so. Finally, we may start to receive some relief in the upstate, and then that finally starts to spread into the Midlands. We might start to see some relief as we go all the way into tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, it's looking like that this is just going to be just another cloudy night going into tomorrow as well, with clouds kind of dissipating a little bit. Current temperature is 70 in Columbia as well as 70 in Camden, 68 in Bishopville as well as 70 in Florence, 68 in Conway as well as Marion, 70 inside of Dillon, 70 inside of North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach as well as 68 in Conway. Georgetown as well, 70 inside of Allendale, 72, I believe that is inside of Charleston, 70 inside of Allendale or 70. 71 inside of Key Island, 68 in Somerville, also up there inside the upstate. Going to around 63 in Greenville, 64 in Clemson as well. Going into your low temperatures for tonight. Low temperature 62 in Greenville and Spartanburg as well as 63 in Rock Hill, 64 in Winsboro and Camden as well as 65 in Columbia, 63 in Sumter as well as 64 in Orangeburg, 61 in Walterboro as well as Moncks Corner. 68 in Hilton Head Island as well as Charleston, 66 in Myrtle Beach as well as 63 in Georgetown as well. In terms of your forecast precipitation, so from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow night, for the next 24 hours, it's looking like some good rain is still possible for a good amount of the state. Most of it being inside the upstate. From a quarter of an inch to a half an inch inside of Greenville, Anderson, as well as a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Spartanburg and Lawrence, half an inch to an inch inside of Greenwood, as well as a quarter of an inch to a half an inch in Newbury, tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch from Rock Hill all the way down to Columbia, even quarter of an inch to a half an inch in Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, as well as maybe even a half of an inch to a tenth of an inch from Hilton Head Island all the way to Charleston, Orangeburg, as well as Florence. Going into your SPC outlook for tonight, let's see if they got a new update out. They always update it right when we go live, but right now it's seeming like that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They have not updated yet, but seems like that thunderstorm risk goes all the way from the upstate down towards the PD region, just specifically cutting out the low country. Then if you go into day 2, Saturday, the entire state has a chance for a thunderstorm as we go into tomorrow. And then as you go into day 3, Sunday, the very coastal low country of South Carolina, near Hilton Head Island, Beaufort, as well. There's a TSTM risk that goes all the way through that region right there. Going into our future for the short-term future. We're going to go on and turn the locations back on. Starting off at 9 o'clock p.m. You can see that there is, obviously, this thunderstorm that actually got lined up perfectly. At 9 p.m., the shower activity that's actually not really even there right now, so there's really not any moisture here. But if we go all the way to 12 a.m., you can see the thunderstorm is easily starting to push into the upstate, as well as you go all the way to around 12 a.m. As you go into around 4 a.m. as well, 3 to 4 a.m., some more shower, thunderstorm, downpour activity going on inside the upstate. And then it starts to clear out a little bit. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., look at this 10 a.m. right here, nothing really going on. 12 p.m. all the way to 2 p.m. as well. You're not really seeing much until finally you get to around 3 to 4 p.m. where you can start to see these thunderstorms develop inside the coastal regions as well. And then going all the way to around 6 p.m., still seeing some thunderstorm activity. And going all the way towards 11 p.m., all the way down to 1 a.m. So still going to be an active day in terms of thunderstorms for tomorrow. And the weather, or the South Carolina crazy score, is actually up a bit high. We obviously will show that in just a second, but obviously it is a bit high. As we go into our long-term future next, here we go right here. Time is in the top right corner of your screen. Make sure you go in and take a look at that. As we continue this forward all the way to around April the 28th, you can see that there is some, obviously, that thunderstorm risk that we were talking about for day 3. And then as you go all the way into the 30th, even May the 1st as well, some more shower thunderstorm activity possible. You go all the way towards May the 2nd, May the 3rd as well. We start to see that shower activity start to move off. But then May the 4th comes in looking nice. But May the 7th and May the 8th, those 2 days right here, probably the farthest we're going to go out. May the 8th is where it's showing some potential rain action going on all the way through. And that could potentially cause some heavy rainfall, maybe some isolated flooding. We'll see what happens there. As you go into, even as we go into total accumulated precipitation, less rain than what we saw yesterday. But overall, around a half an inch to around an inch, as well as maybe even close to an isolated 2 inches in some region as well from now to May the 8th. And so that's it in terms of the long-term future. Let's talk about the South Carolina crazy score. It's at a 52, bit inside the strong category, which is interesting. I honestly was not, sure why it was that high, but it was. So it's at a 52. Heavy rains, I guess, is probably the main reason. Widespread rain chances for all parts of the state. Thunderstorm possible, obviously, as well. Cloudy and damp. Humidity stays up. The humidity today, I know, was at like 100%. It was very, very humid out there today. And fog as well. Fog probably adds it up just a little bit more. But just depending on how that rain clears, fog is also a possible bonus hazard as we go into tomorrow as well. So we'll continue to watch that and see what happens. We'll talk about that and probably more tomorrow morning. And so that's it in terms of the South Carolina crazy score. Let's go on and talk about what's going on in terms of wildfires. There is nothing updated in terms of the wildfire update, so we're going to go on to skip that and go straight to the audience. Let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. See what the audience has to say for tonight. Going into our live chat here, my cousin Dad says, "Greetings, Joseph. I hope all is well. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well." Tish says, hey, just hello to you. Trail says, hi, just hello to you. And then Mr. Michael says, you can just enjoy a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you do as well. And that's it. So I am going to go on now and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia, our last three regions. Then we're going to go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. Just kind of just like in a summary of what's going on, not a full forecast or anything like that. Talking about San Antonio first, low temperatures tonight 70, high temperatures tomorrow 86, low temperatures tomorrow night at 69. No precipitation is expected for San Antonio. Going into Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 65, high temperatures tomorrow 82, low temperatures tomorrow night at 55. No precipitation expected tonight, but a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow and tomorrow night as well. Philadelphia, last region, low temperatures tonight 62, high temperatures tomorrow 76, low temperatures tomorrow night 48. Showers likely tonight and tomorrow during the day, but a chance of showers starts to decrease a little bit as you go into the nighttime hours. And then finally, our last area of what we usually talk about is what's going on throughout the entire United States in terms of a summary. Thunderstorms, some severe, may produce heavy to excessive rainfall and isolated flooding over portions of the southern plains today and Saturday. Dry conditions combined with gusty winds and low relative humidities will continue to support an elevated to critical fire weather threat in the desert southwest into the early next week. Obviously, talked about the severe weather, fire risk, rip currents as well inside of South Carolina for coastal Charleston County, also Beaufort County as well as Colleton County as well. Rip currents are going to be an issue as we go into tonight as well, so make sure that you watch for that. It goes all the way from tonight to around 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, I believe so. Flooding as well, we talked about that for portions of Ohio, not Ohio, but Oklahoma. Winter weather inside of California with some wind out west, and that's pretty much it. And so hopefully everyone enjoyed the forecast today. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update. If you have not hit the like button or hit the subscribe button, make sure you go in and do so. It's quicker than putting on deodorant, or it's quicker than even trying to go outside to get a loaf of bread, or to go outside and get yourself a bottle of water or from outside. It's quicker than anything like that. All you got to do is just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button, and that's it. So make sure you go in and do so. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of their Friday.